Good morning, ladies and gents. This is Melody. Today I want to share a little something with you, and it is not anything new. And let me first start off by saying there are several people out here who are doing this, and it is inspired by Annie Sloan. You can Google her. Apparently, she makes this really awesome chalk paint, not chalkboard paint. It's chalk paint. It gives your furniture and whatever you're altering, along the lines of wood or whatever, a chalk-like finish. Well, I cannot find the paint in my area, and I had been looking at some beautiful projects on Pinterest and on Google, and I ran across Amaderos here on YouTube's video a couple of days ago, and he was talking about his great purchase of Annie Sloan chalk paint. So I messaged him to find out, since he seemed to know quite a bit about the paint, if you could use it on metal. And apparently you can. So thank you, Amadero, for the I hope I'm Amador. I'm sorry. I think his channel is Amaderos, but his name is Amador. Anyway, thank you very much for getting back with me and giving me some great info. Well, on Lee Moore's Mixed Media group on Facebook, another lady was kind enough to share with me a link to the recipe to make your own chalk paint, which I am here today giving it a try. So it's a very simple recipe. You take 1 cup of paint. I believe you can use acrylic or latex. You may want to Google that. For my purposes today, I'm just using one of the cheapy 55-cent Craft Smarts that you get at Michael's or AC Moore or whatever. So you need 1 cup of paint. You need 2 tablespoons of non-sanded grout. So when you go to the hardware store, I checked my Walmart. I could not get this at Walmart. I went to Home Depot, and I don't know if it tells me the ounces, but you can see the size of the jar or jug, and they have big cases. They have it comes in bags. Anyway, this was $4.98, which I did not think was bad, because I don't know if you can see the shadow, but there's quite a lot in there. So, paired up with these little craft paints, you could get several colors out of it. And you need 1 cup. I believe it just said water. It did not tell me how much water. So I think the water is at your discretion, like how thick you want your paint. And all you do is mix it up. Now, I used probably, as you can see, half a cup of water. So I think I used maybe too much water. So I did add more than the 2 tablespoons of grout, non-sanded grout, to my formula. But you know what? You just pick and choose, honestly, because it's, what you make of it. And this is what I've done so far. And it's not quite dry, but you can see here on the sides, it does appear to have a chalk-like finish, in my opinion. And I did not gesso this box. And I did that because I wanted to see how much of the paint the wood absorbs on its own without any barriers. And I also, because this is the first time that I fooled around with the formula, and as you can see, it's chalking up on my hands. So I think once it's completely dry, in about 24 hours, I'm going to have a really great chalk finish. And what I wanted to do, again, guys, I'm no expert, but I just thought it would be fun to share this with you. And if anybody cares, it may be something you want to give a try. So I was looking at it, and I was like, is it chalking up? Is it chalking up? And I think it is. So I got out 2 other boxes that I've been working on here and there to see the comparison of the paint finishes. And I hope you can tell with my lighting. This particular box, I used Tim Holtz, I think it was the Honey or the Vintage Photo Distress Stains. Then I went over it with one of his crackle paints. And I was aiming to make something kind of masculine. So I think if you compare those two, you can see perhaps a difference in what you get. This is simply a gessoed box, and I'm using the Dollar Tree boxes. And I don't know about you guys, but my Dollar Tree did get in another shipment of them, so they had about 48 of them on the shelf this week. I went, I think, Sunday, so check there, because I mean, these boxes are just phenomenal for $1 because they have the magnetic closure. So anyway, this particular box is basically just a thin coat of gesso, and then I did a white, a light cream, and then some pink in there, and I just kind of brushed it here and there. And again, I just used cheapy craft paint because I was, at the time, I didn't know you could make chalk paint yourself, and so I was trying to give it that whitewashed old world feeling. So that is the difference in the kind of like your just basically whitewashing versus making a chalk finish. And like I said, I did fool around with the recipe some because I think I had watered it down too much. And basically there's a little drab left in here, so I basically used this whole container, and I put the 2 tablespoons in it originally, and because I think I put in too much water, I went ahead and added, you know, as much of the paint as would squeeze out of the bottle. And I probably added maybe 2 more tablespoons of the grout too. And so far, I think I'm really gonna like it. This is maybe 2 coats of paint, maybe at best. And when you feel it, you can feel the kind of chalkiness in it, which is kind of cool. So I am supposed to be getting ready for work. So I will come back later on, hopefully this evening, and I can share with you the ending results. If not, as soon as I can, I will post another video. But just thought it might be something you guys would like to try or look into. You can Google tons of people out there. But again, the maker, the original manufacturer of this paint, who trademarked it, blah, 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 is Annie Sloan. And there are several videos out here on YouTube and several things on Google and Pinterest about making chalk paint and chalk paint projects. And for those of you ladies who are thrifting, I've seen some really pretty pieces that were thrift pieces that looked like pure garbage, you know, because they've been used and abused over the years. And then they were just simply repainted and sanded with chalk paint. And oh my God, they are drool worthy and to die for. If I ever get lucky enough to find like one of those old hutches, I'm going to have to buy the grout in like the super giant container, because I'm going to chalk paint that puppy to within an inch of its life. So anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. I hope I gave you something helpful, and let me know what you think or what you did or what you plan to do. I'm always interested in hearing about what other crafty people are doing. Have a great day. Bye-bye.